Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And ohayo gozaimasu. I'm Hikaru here from Tokyo, Japan. I've got so many faces, like I'm an entertainer, a professor of behavior psychology, and performance activist. I'm a founder of Applied Improvisation Facilitator Academia, a leader of Global Play Brigade One Asia, and co-leader of Global Play Brigade Japan. For those, play is not seen as a vital or important part of their lives. I actually don't speak about it first, but let them play with me a little bit. And then I start telling my story of how I bumped into improvisation when I was struggling to find a way to save the world. About 20 years ago, I was struggled from terrorism, crime, poverty, and discrimination all over the world. On top of that, I was so sad that I was so powerless to do anything for that. Around the same time, I bumped into improvisation and impromind. And I realized the mindsets of improvisation can save the world. Thank you very much.
Hello there, this is Ruben Reyes here. I'm a Nicaraguan who recently moved to Barcelona as a consequence of the political situation in Nicaragua. How do I introduce play to people? Well, I usually try to meet people where they are at the moment. So if people are at ease, just sitting around while the facilitator gives a talk, I would often give people a piece of blank paper and ask them to draw a picture about themselves. I was a member of Relajo, which in Spanish stands for the Latin American Network for Play in Spare Time. And together we used to organize play shops and conferences on play. And as part of this conference, we also organize parades, parades on the streets. And in this parade, we would engage strangers that we met on the streets in play activities, and we also campaigned for the right to play. These parades were allowed by the dictatorship, even when all the political demonstrations had been prohibited, until they realized that these parades could also be dangerous as political demonstrations. Then they also prohibited these play parades. As a current member of the Global Play Brigade Latin America, it feels so good to be part of a movement that connects people from many countries to support one another to deal with the troubles of the world through play. And we also have gatherings where we meet with all the other regions of the Global Play Brigade. All in all, we feel part of a movement that continue to play forward to change our world. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kaseina from Nigeria. I am a very happy and proud member of the Global Play Brigade in Nigeria, as well as one of the leaders for the Global Play Brigade in Africa. A lot of people were socialized into playing as children. As kids, they were allowed to roam free, get their hair and their hands dirty, rumple their clothes, get their feet wet, and that was all right. But as we began to grow and become adults, the sad reality is for a lot of people, they had to wear the cloak of adulthood, and that meant being serious, being focused, and not playing at all. Introducing play to people who do not see it as a vital part of their lives has been a transformative experience for me as an individual and as a Global Play Brigadier. It is not just about having fun, it is also about personal growth, about better problem-solving skills, about better mental health, or rather it being beneficial for your mental health. Play has a lot of far-reaching benefits, and it is something that should be encouraged. I believe that play has the potential of breaking down barriers, of bringing people together, of linking people, enhancing connections and collaborations, and sparking that creativity fueled by a togetherness that helps us figure out solutions to some of the challenges that we face as individuals, as communities, and as the region of Africa. By introducing play to people who have never experienced it before, we help to create more vibrant communities, more connected communities, and more socially conscious communities as well. So I believe that play is extremely beneficial. And interestingly, our culture as Africans is a fertile ground for enshrining play as part of our life, because we are a people who love to sing, dance. You can see our creativity shine through in arts, in craft, in our music, in our culture as a whole. So it's very important for me, and it's important for the rest of the Global Play Brigade team in Nigeria and in Africa to use this very transformative tool to contribute to societal development.
I have introduced play to people for whom play is not seen as a vital or important part of their lives. People with mental illness often find themselves alienated from the society, having few opportunities of growth and career development. I first introduced play at Turning Point, I think almost 25 years back. I started this center for development of people with chronic mental illness. And you know, at that point of time, development of people with mental illness was considered to be a crazy idea. I introduced play to improve their quality of life, to bring back joy, humor, hope, fun, and a desire to connect with people through these playful activities so that they do not feel alienated in their lives. Of course, I was not sure about the outcome. Now, play for the sake of enjoyment, fun, and exploring oneself is a new concept in India, which is very difficult to address even in a professional forum. For people with mental illness, the opportunity to development is important, and not mere the diagnosis or the prescriptions. People with mental illness don't want to get trapped in a particular identity as people with so and so mental illness. So that is the reason why I introduced play. Now, Global Play Brigade has given me the moral support to continue my works with confidence and express my feelings, the developments that I have seen in front of a global audience. It also helped me to learn and explore new skills through brigadiers from all over the world. Play creates the zone of proximal development through which an individual reinvent and rediscover himself. It also helps to create a goal in the life to move forward. Yes, Global Play Brigade has taught us all these things to all of us. And I think we need to show the world how beneficial play can be in the life of not only people with special needs, but also for all of us, for you, for me, for senior citizens, everyone together. We need to play. We need to play and connect with each other and make play environment all over the world so that people can grow and develop as long as they live and enjoy their life. Yes, play movement is needed and essential.
Hi, dear participants of the conference. This is Chen Zhen. I'm from Beijing, China. When speaking of playing and improv, it has tremendously changed my life. I have been an engineer for 13 years, till I got to know improv. Yes, and make others look good, give and take, and celebrate for failures and mistakes. By practicing those principles, I have transferred myself to be a professional applied improv practitioner. It is not only a part of my life, but also has deeply rooted my heart and blood. So when coronavirus hit Wuhan 3 years ago, I invited my friends and colleagues Marianne and Cassie to teach improv online. We give and take. They share their love and caring to us, and we support them when coronavirus hit hit New York in the following months, I firstly realized that no matter how far we are from each other, how independent we are, we actually depend on each other. So to present the best human nature is the best solution for the current world. In Chinese, we say 投桃报李, give a plum in return for a peach. Dear participants, that is the mission of GPB. Marianne and Kathy once told me they built up GPB because I am the inspiration. I would say 1.4 billion people here in China is an inspiration for GPB, and all participants in this conference is the inspiration. We play, we unite, we inspire each other till we are living a world we are co-creating together.